Hi everyone. Sorry for my monologue there. I was very emotional, and definitely think that we all need a change. So you can give a round of applause for yourself if you think that you've been changed and like you are going to keep making the effort to help us have a better world. So my name is Bon Adventure. I don't know why my parents named it that way. It means in French, good adventure. I'm a PhD student. I specialize in building artificial intelligence systems, things that you use every day to bridge language barriers and to advance scientific knowledge. I'm from Canada, McGill University. So yesterday I had the privilege to be one of the leaders who went at the Elephant Park in Chiang Mai to visit Miss Lake, who was like a very bright person to me. We left here on August 7th around 9, and then we had to drive 11 hours. I can tell you, my ribs were broken, and I was hungry, and I was thirsty, but it was entirely worth it. So we arrived there, and already what was like very impactful for me was the fact that I could see that community with like very little, but they were really, really welcoming. They shared their hospitality, and we had amazing breakfast and amazing time with them. So after that, I think we were split into groups. One of my groups was in charge of building the blocks. So some of you probably saw me there like mixing the cement and like putting the sand just to make sure everything was just right. So we did that to make sure that the elephants were safe when they were playing. The sun was hot, obviously, and it was like very a tedious time, but we all did that with like enjoyment and like joy, and it was a very good moment, especially when the lake was there with us. So throughout the day, we didn't see only elephants, we also saw dogs, we saw buffaloes, and all of them were running around. They were happy, they were joyful, and especially they were feeling home and cared for, which is what we all need in this world. One of the most, I call it important moment for me was when I spoke with like monsters, and I looked at her and the way the elephant interacted with her, you could feel that synergy as if like they were so connected. And it was as if like the elephant could speak to her and she could speak to the elephant. And you can see the ears as big as they were, like shaking, moving a lot. Like they were truly happy of being there. So I had the opportunity then later on to have a picture with her, and even though I'm like 6 foot something, I felt very small, but I was also amazed. I was truly amazed about like whatever she has done for that community, because another thing she told us was like the fact that when I was leaving, I made sure that I got some like souvenir for my little niece, and I'm going to study the story of like Lake with her, because that's the speaker that touched me the most with like related to my story. So she told me that whatever we bought there, we actually produced by the local communities. So that is a way of like not only caring about giant animals, but also caring about other people, because those people are now can benefit from whatever we bought there. So it is not only having impact on the animals, but also helping to build those local communities, people having home, having food on their tables, and like it was a very like powerful thing for me, thinking that I am able to take part into that, I can call it revolution, was truly helpful. I spoke with her here when she was standing, and I told her about my story, which I think everyone here could relate to. And one of the words she was telling me was that we should keep going on. That whatever we are doing, it might seem like we are just like hitting the wall, taking small baby steps, but one day someone will notice the effort, and then from there on they will be able to support us. So, coming to the last talk we've had, I wanted to emphasize on something. Sorry, I wrote 2 pages, but I prefer like speaking to you with my heart because I'm not following the script right now. I think that we all need to step up as a generation of like leaders. We have like all the tools that we need right now. The people are suffering in Gaza everywhere, and we are here. We are blessed to be here, standing here today. It's also like an emotional moment for me because my dad, for my sister and I, he always dreamt of like us like working with big international organization like the UN, but I never thought that would be here. But my work actually led me here, and I was privileged to be chosen here. So whatever small you do, because I come from a very small country, I wanted to get into AI research, but I was told that I shouldn't. I wanted to start working on a language that I was taught was being illiterate, speaking about it. And I flew to Russia, a country called where I spent 5 years of my life studying theoretical mathematics. And I was once asked, what is your native language? I had to reply like French, but obviously it was not. So they were like, no, it should be a language that you speak. And then that's when I remembered about my mom, about the fact that we couldn't even communicate. That's technically how my AI research journey started. I had some very hard moments, for instance, with my dad, who told me, oh, you couldn't do this because of XYZ. And as our disruptional motivator was, the part that we had here was speaking, there are things that you would like to do, and people will tell you not to do. It is important that you follow your heart. It is important that you follow your passion. If that thing helps you to sleep well at night, you should follow it, you should pursue it. When I started like working on AI research, for instance, my native language was not known, and I had no support. I was in my student room, I was thinking about making a change, creating keyboard, improving the communications between my mom and I. Step by step, people in the entire community now, or scientific community, more or less know about my native language, which is the foreign language. And 5 to 4 years after, because I started all this when I was 20 or 22, 23, I was in my last year of bachelor, I was in my university room, and I started working from 2020 until recently. It was only then that hopefully, this was also a proud moment for me because after 4 years of research, without support from anyone, not even my own parents, my native language has been finally added to Google Translate. This wouldn't have been possible if I gave up at any time of the journey. So, small steps. When they combine together, they give great things. And I would like to finish, because I'm already over my time limit, by telling you, one of my motto is, I don't know if you will understand it, but I like to say that I live to be immortal. I don't know if you guys understand that, but generally speaking, I want to be remembered. Like we know we have mathematicians, everyone who actually been on this earth and they left, right? But we can still think about them, we can still use whatever they created. So, I just want to tell you to live, to be immortal. Think about everything you can do every single day. It can impact one single person at a time, but just make sure that whatever you do, you will be remembered even generations after you're gone from this earth. I think that's how I define my impact, and that's how I invite every one of you, including myself, to be able to stand up for the entire world, to lead people, to be motivating for them, and actually to push them to break their boundaries. Never be too ashamed of dreaming big, because you actually know whenever you can go. So, thank you for your time. That was my speech.